American wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, and we're ready to do this thing. Coming to you from ESPN 97.5, 92.5, as well as don't miss us on podcast heat every week, guys, because we doing it like it's supposed to be done. Making all them suckers bow down. Oh yes, I just had to get that in there. How you doing, man?
Good, Book. I mean, I thought you were going to hit me with the ESPN 97.5, 92.5.
You know what? My voice. I'm trying to save my voice. Got a lot of work coming up this week, and I ain't want to get too deep this early in the day. But we good. We good. I hit one for you. 92.5. How can you win? You know,
There you go.
You got to get deep in there, man. Get that done. How you feel, man? How you feel?
I'm doing good, Book. I'm doing good. I'm excited that we had a great weekend of reality wrestling last weekend. Seen some really great pro wrestling this week, and just moving on. I got to tell you, man, I'm sure there are a lot of great crowds in pro wrestling around the entire world. I know you got a great crowd that comes and sees you every Tuesday night at NXT, but there's no crowd quite like a reality wrestling crowd. They're the most dedicated, loyal fans. Some people I've seen in my time go from infants to in middle school. That makes you feel old, man.
Hey, man, I've watched them get married, have kids, more kids than I got, you know, and they retire. So I've been around for a minute. But no, man, that's why I'm so passionate about reality wrestling. I woke up on the right side of the bed this morning, and I said, man, I want to do something special. I want to do something special for reality wrestling, as well as for the fans that we have that tune in. Everybody in the chat wants to say what's up. How y'all doing? Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Hopefully this will make your day a little bit better. But I woke up and I said, man, our fans always do so much for us. Our listeners, they all do so much for us. Contribute to the show. I say so. Reality wrestling, Hall of Fame. We want to be a little bit different than most out there. So we said, man, why don't we set up a trip to reality wrestling? You know what I mean? All of our super chatters out there, they always supporting the call. Why don't we make one of our super chatters a VIP to reality of wrestling? I'm talking about Christmas Chaos coming up in December. And I said, man, that would be so awesome for us to be able to give back, because when I do the autograph signings, and sometimes I go to small little bitty towns, and the way I look at that, I always say, man, it's cool for me to be able to go to them, because sometimes they can't come to me. You know, that's what's really, really cool. So for us to be able to bring someone to reality of wrestling, it's going to be really, really cool. So we're going to be setting up a trip for all of our super chatters. December, Christmas Chaos is going down. What's this Christmas Chaos? What, 11?
No, it's more than that. It's 13, 14 or something.
15. But it's a bunch of them. But Christmas Chaos is going to be going down, and we want to invite one of our super chatters down. So guys, our main super chatter that's going to be we're gonna let you guys know who that going to be sometime. I don't know, maybe a month from now, maybe.
Maybe in the next three or 4 weeks ish, give you enough time. But how do we want to do this? So I think from right now until the middle of November, everybody who sends in a super chat is automatically entered. Right? Yeah. Automatically. And then we choose a winner based on the people who are super chatting. So if you want to come down to reality wrestling, we're talking about, and let me make sure I get this right. We're talking about a flight. Talking about a stay, a hotel
room,
and we're talking about front row to the row,
front row, event, as well as transportation and everything.
I mean, we're gonna pick you up from the port.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Just like you wanted a talent, we're gonna do all of that other than pay you. We're gonna get you here and put you up. Make sure you get to the show. Make sure you're a VIP at the show. Make sure you get a chance to meet Booker T, 5-time champ, as well as the lovely Charmel, as well as Brad Gilmore at the same time. So Yeah, it's going to be a full, all-inclusive trip to reality wrestling in December, Christmas Chaos. And that's just my gift to all of our super channels that do so much for the show.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know we didn't have the suit. We used to, back when we were in studio before the pandemic, we had our callers, right? And we had like the same callers from like Chillicothe, Ohio, and stuff like that. But when we moved to the digital space, and as our reach got bigger than just the people listening to us on the local Houston radio, which shout out to everybody on ESPN 975, 925 who are listening right now. But it's great to reach people like I'm just looking at some of our members in the chat right now, like Loso Dolo, Callie Toenail, James Weston, all who are members of this channel, of the reality wrestling channel. It's because of y'all, definitely, Book, and you can attest to this. During the pandemic, like when we were home and there was no road shows going on, this channel and the people in this chat were our lifeblood for a few months.
Yeah, you guys literally have put reality wrestling, the YouTube channel on the map, literally. And people, they can say whatever they want to say about it, but we the best. We the biggest out of all them suckers. Right now, 720,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're counting on you guys to help us get to 1 million. That's what we're striving. That's what we're on our way to. Is 1 million to get to that mark right there, and to be able to do a lot more stuff like this, because this is just going to be the first one, but we're going to be doing this on a regular basis. This is not going to be a one-off. Okay, guys, we're going to be doing this on a regular basis. Somebody's going to be winning a trip to come to reality wrestling. And I'm going to tell you right now, reality wrestling is it's like Hercules, man. It's getting stronger day by day, day by day. You see this? You feel me? We ain't cutting that. We ain't cutting it. That's where our strength come from. So we just gonna keep on rolling. We just gonna keep on rolling, and we appreciate you guys for being a part of this thing more than anything. Seriously, I know it sounds cliche, but it's true, man. And without you guys, it wouldn't be no us.
Yeah. So that's starting at this very moment.
Boom.
This show. Every super chat that we get in, I'm keeping track of. I'm writing the names down. We're going to put you in a hat, and one of you gets selected at random to come down to the reality of wrestling's Christmas Chaos in December. I believe the date's 12/9, if I am correct.
I think it's I don't have it written down right now, but I know it's going to be that second Saturday.
That's the 9th of December. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
December 9th. So yeah, so everyone just get ready. Now, here's the thing. Everybody who's been to a reality wrestling show, they're going to tell you they had a good time. Even if, they're like my guy here in the chat. I saw him a second ago. Lawrence Rios, who said, "Sup, Brad, I'm the one you called out with the Rangers hat on this past row show because you came in disrespecting the grounds. That's why you got called out. I almost had him escorted out.
Yeah, what did he do? What did he do?
He was wearing a Rangers hat. I almost had him escorted out of there.
Oh, come on, man.
I said, bro, you're going to need to take that off if you want to watch the show. I can't have that on show.
It's a free society in reality wrestling. People can do and choose to wear whatever they want to wear, okay? Except, certain things. But a hat, just an opposite team, opposing team. Come on, bro. We ain't like that. Yeah.
He was taunting us, Book. That's what it was. I'm just saying. Saying.
Man, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Just look. You know me. I got faith. We got a couple super chats that already came in though, so I just want to highlight them here before we go to break. This is from the gentleman saying, "Say no more, sir." See, the gentleman is the first official entrant into the Christmas Chaos Rumble.
It's already here.
He's the first official entrant. He's declared. And then we have another one here, Brian Medina. Would reality wrestling do any Southern California shows in the future?
I got a friend out there, Dave Marquez, and that's his territory. If I was to do something out there, I would definitely want to do it in conjunction with Dave Marquez because, we're a small territory in Texas. And AEW was just here last night and had an interview with Mark Henry last weekend. I told him, you better make sure Tony Khan know to check in, before he come across, I-45. if you want to do a show here again, because we will bum rush the whole show. We'll take it over. We'll hijack it. So for me, if I do a California show, I'm going to definitely check in with Dave Marquez and see if we can do something in conjunction.
Anything south of the Mason-Dixon, you got to call Booker T. You know what I mean?
You better check in, man. It's like coming across that bridge in Boston. You know what I mean? You better check in, man.
Going into Southie. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Somebody better get a phone call.
You feel me?
You're going to get run up on.
Booker Bolger. That's what they call me down here in these parts.
Booker Bolger.
No, man, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. You check in before you come across that bridge, young man. But yeah, hopefully we'll get a chance to do some stuff in California.
Yeah, but we got a lot to talk about. Book, you mentioned it. AEW was here the other night in Rosenberg, a little outside the city, but here no less. And there's a big announcement from a compatriot of yours, Stinger, and we're gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah, I heard about Sting. Little announcement. You know what? It's time. It's time. It's gonna come a time for every man. Just like when I say, how you gonna tell a man he can't do what he do? He can't feed his family. You can't do it. Hey guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
Let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. You know what? Before we get into the Stinger announcement, Keefe D made his first court appearance today. Keefe D, Dwayne Davis, the man accused of killing Tupac Shakur, went down in Las Vegas back in September 96. And I just happened to be there for the fight. Bruce Seldon versus Iron Mike Tyson. Fight didn't last but about 30 seconds. It was a quick night. If you didn't get to your seat, you missed it. Seriously. It was one of those type of nights. And Keefe D made his first court appearance today. And I think they denied his bond. And he gonna stay locked up. I think Keefe D's 60 years old, something like that. And finally, after 27 years, it finally caught up to him. And it should have happened a long time ago. People talk about this case, say that he confessed to this murder to the police, to the Las Vegas police, back in such and such and such and such. But it was a proffer, and if you know what that is, you got to be a lawyer, and that's a legal term. I'm sure you know what that means, Brad. It was something that he wasn't supposed to be talking about, but he went out, not only talked about it, but he wrote a book about about it, and he named all the co-conspirators in the book. He actually put himself in the car, and I know this thing has something to do with jurisdiction. One, you might not be able to be charged here and talk about it, but you can be charged here. One of those type of deals, and that's what the conundrum has come into play. But I tell you, man, this dude pretty much got away with murder for 27 years, and he probably would have got away with it for the rest of his life if he just would have kept his mouth shut. Man, it's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Loose lips sink ships.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you've always heard. And I don't know where we got into this place in the world, like where people snitch on themselves all the time on the internet, all the time. You know, like back in the day when they first started doing Venmo and Cash App and stuff like this, people were buying illegal substances from somebody and then Cash Apping them. And it would say like for the green or whatever it was, right? Or for the white, and then there'd be like a little emoji with powder next to it, look like powdered sugar. And I'm like, guys, you realize you're creating an electronic receipt and paper trail that's going to be very easy to find. And then for Keefe D to go out there and put it in a book, that is very OJ Simpson like. That's very If I Did It like, right? Now, OJ, the only difference with OJ is OJ's case was over. He was already found not guilty. There's a thing called double jeopardy in the legal system.
Yeah.
Even if you think it was a stupid move, which a lot of us do to even write the book in the first place, he had no legal liabilities by putting it out. Keefe D was never charged and was never acquitted. Therefore, there's no statute of limitations on murder. Somebody should have gave this man a book of the law in the United States. Hey, man, on this one, you got to hush it. You know, if you did some bank something or another, you know, you wait 7 years and then there's a statute on it, right? But you got a parking ticket, wait 5 years or whatever the statute is in your state. Murder, bro.
Yeah, you know how they say gangsters supposed to be, supposed to roll in silence. They're supposed to be out there telling. John Gotti kind of changed that though, as far as rolling in silence, as far as gangsters go, I guess, because he was on the cover of Time. You can't get no more louder than that. But I was looking at Keefe D. He was doing an interview on one of the YouTube shows, one of the YouTube channels. And it was an interview not too long ago because it was after all of the news came out as far as the police may be charging Keefe D. And, how would he feel and what would he do if the police came knocking on his door? And his answer was, man, I ain't worried about that, man. I ain't going to kill myself. I ain't going to hang myself or nothing like that, because God got my back. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why all of a sudden this gangster get God? He's a gangster. Come on now. It's something that's not meshing with me on this. You just confessed to killing a man, and God. I wish I could interview Keefe D just so I can ask him that question. What did you mean by that? Is it mean you just going to reside to your fate? You know what I mean? And God is the one that's going to have a hammer that's going to come down on you. What? I'm just trying to figure out what could that actually really mean.
There wasn't a follow-up from the interviewer? Like, what do you mean God has your back?
No, it wasn't a follow-up. I mean,
failure on journalism, right?
Oh, it really was. He didn't even come back with, what did you mean by that? He just let him run with it because for me, I would have been literally confused by after, what you're being accused of and after what you have admitted to and wrote a book about, how does those two go together? And then again, I see it a lot. A lot of people use God in so many different ways. So I get it. I can say that.
Yeah. You know, I mean, again, I think we talked about this when we were in Vegas. I'm very happy that if he goes through the legal system and they find out that he was, by his own admittance, the guy who was implicated in killing one of our great musicians and could have been one of our great actors of all time in Tupac Shakur. I'll be happy for Pac's family, whatever his surviving kin is, to have that closure, to be able to know, hey, the guys didn't get away with it. We
You know,
finally got him.
I was listening to this judge. He talk. I was listening to this judge talk, and he was talking about that one thing right there. He's talking about closure, and he said, you know, closure is a granular thing. And I go, wow, that's not something that someone could actually really ever get. It's closure,
Mm,
but they may find some peace and some solace in it. You feel me?
mhm.
And when I heard that judge say that, I go, "Wow, man, that's true." You know what I mean? So yeah, I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, well, we'll see where the where that saga goes. You know, Pac's really been in the news a lot lately, right? Just with everything going on with Keefe D, Jada Pinkett wants to continue to bring.
Jade about to lose her damn. She lost her damn mind. I think it's that alopecia and got to her damn
They're
brain.
gonna come after you next. she Will about to run out. Is this the Huffman house? Will about to run up on you, man.
Bro, I'm not. Look here. I'm not worried about Will running up on me. He, Will know. Thing is, Will smart. He know who to run up on. He know. He's smart dude. You
Well,
know. I got
here's the thing. Here's the thing about Jada Pinkett, and I think Jada Pinkett, like, in her career, there's a lot of Jada Pinkett movies I love. Set It Off being one of them. She's a wonderfully talented actress, but I I have a thing about me, and I don't know. I don't know how you move. I think you move a little similar. There's a lot of stuff that I just keep to myself. If it's my personal business, it's my personal business. And when you start sharing stuff that, like, if my wife were to go out there and start talking about all these things that Jada's been saying, I
I,
would feel
I,
a certain.
I would have left her a long time ago.
I That's what I was gonna say. How did it not get to this? And I
I,
understand you got kids and that complicates
I
things.
would have left her a long time ago, but I think they went into this together as far as this open marriage thing. I don't think Will, intended on it being talked about as much as it's being talked about in the public right now. You know, I don't think anybody that go into that kind of relationship, think about the consequences later on in life, perhaps, especially, excuse me, with this social media world today, especially with everybody still wanting to be relevant. You talk about Jada Pickett, and you talk about her movies. And set it off, and The Matrix is the only two things you're really going to come, really think about. And the one she was in with Tupac, and the real, only reason you're going to think about that was because she was in it with Tupac. you know,
Punk, yeah.
you know what I mean? So for me, Jada Pickett never really lived up to her expectations. I think in her own mind, she never was a Halle Berry. You know what I mean?
Oh
She
no.
never got a chance to do the big movies, and not just do the big movies, have the starring role. You know what I mean? I think she fell short on her career, and I think that has a lot to do with her own feelings with just dealing with herself more than anything. I think that's got more to do with her than it has to do with Will. And I think Will is just that freaking whipping boy that she can use to actually make herself feel a little bit better.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think in a lot of it. And when I listen to her talk, I mean, it seems in a lot of ways Tupac was, I don't know, man, maybe the love of her life. She called him her
So
soulmate.
yeah, that's
And
that's more that's like a husband and wife. That's like me and Charmel. You know what I mean?
right.
And if Charmel told me somebody else was her soulmate, her ass would be out.
Get up on out of here. Go be with them, man. Don't tell me you got a soulmate.
No,
And
I'm just keeping it real.
and come on, man. Come on, man.
I think the same thing. I think if I was to even think like anybody else was my soulmate, after what we've gone through together with two kids, and all the trial and tribulation, all the miles, all the bumps, all the bruises, all the fights, man, you better come on with it.
And with her, it seemed like, okay, when they went through the entanglement, it's like, hey, we're gonna talk about this. We're not just gonna put out a statement, right? A statement would have made a lot of sense to me. Hey, we're putting out a statement. We hear all the stuff about the August Alsina relationship. You clean it up that way. When she invited Will on the red table talk, this is what you open yourself up to: more scrutiny, picking apart the words. Now Will Smith is crying on camera. He's memeable. You're eviscerating him online. I mean, you're eviscerating him in this program, and online is just going to talk about it and tear this man up. You wonder why he was in a messed up mental state the night of the Oscars, which is supposed to be his biggest night ever.
I know we got to take a quick break, but kind of like compare the relationship with Mike Tyson and Robin Givens. Remember when Mike Tyson and Robin Givens came on the talk show, and then Robin Givens just started talking about what Mike was and how dangerous he was, and how he wanted to kill her and beat up, and Mike just sitting there wondering, what the, I didn't buy in for this, you know what I mean? But he just sat there, and he was caught in the middle of almost like Twilight Zone. And how do you handle a situation like that? And I wonder, what Will Smith is going through. He's a smart dude, man. He's a smart dude. He knows. He knows how the world is looking at him. But I think he's one of those dudes, perhaps maybe also, I married her, I'm going to stick with her. You know what I mean?
Well,
Right.
It's got him some public support.
Ride or die, man. Stick around, y'all. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Hey, Book, our next sponsor of the Hall of Fame podcast is AG1, the daily foundational nutritional supplement that supports whole body health. I drink it literally every day, and I know you're drinking it too.
Yeah, man. I received the box in the mail, and I said, what is this? And it said AG1. And let me give you a little testimony. I'm a coffee drinker. I've been a coffee drinker every morning for about 25 years. And I drink a big cup of coffee on the way to the airport, and I get on my flight, and I still go to sleep. So I realized coffee is not helping me at all. So I say, let me try the AG1. I stopped drinking coffee literally 2 weeks ago, and I drink the AG1 in the morning first thing. And the first thing I want to do is get in the gym and train. The body transformation has been unbelievable. The energy I have going into my daily routine has been off the chain. So I'm a believer. I'm a believer in AG1.
And Book, for me, I was sick of taking multivitamins every day, and I wanted something that was an all-in-one. And with AG1, it's just a scoop in my water every morning. I mix it up, and it's a foundational nutritional supplement that delivers comprehensive nutrients to the whole body. And for me, the benefits of AG1, I can tell you I have more energy, I have better digestion, better gut health, I have more support for mental clarity and focus. I'm locked in for the whole day since I've been drinking AG1.
And they say LeBron James spent $1.5 million a year on his body. You don't have to do that, guys. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 AG1 Travel Packs with your first purchase. Guys, go to drinkag1.com/Booker. That's drinkag1.com/Booker. Check it out. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. It's Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Fame. We got my man Brad Gilmore here. We just talking a little bit of sports and entertainment, a little life, everything. You know what? These Republicans, these damn Republicans, they need to get their stuff together, man. I'm serious. They need to get it together, get a speaker in there so we can keep this government rolling, all right? And that's all I'm saying about that. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. You know what? I want to talk a little bit more about it. Kevin McCarthy, he's got to be the biggest coward I've ever seen in my life. And I would be saying this if he was on the Democratic side or the Republican side. I'm just saying, this dude is blaming this debacle, this situation on the Democrats, because the Democrats are voting for Hakeem Jeffries. They're united behind Hakeem Jeffries. They're Democrats. Who are they going to be united behind? Hakeem Jeffries. But he's blaming the Democrats for not getting on board with the Republicans who's got the majority here, who all they need to do is just come together as a party and say, look, this is our guy. Come on, damn it. If anybody in the world can't see that, it's a problem. That's what's wrong with this world today. Nobody has any courage. Nobody have any courage. Everybody's spineless. Nobody want to step up and be a man. Guys, this is about the country. Let's get this damn Speaker in the House, whoever it is on the Republican side, let's keep this government open because people need checks, all right? People need food on the table, and they don't need to be getting to run around with our government. And the only reason I'm saying this is I got a platform, all right? And I have a responsibility for us, we as a people, we the people, okay? If we don't stick up and say something about this kind of stuff, nobody's going to say anything about it. And that's all I'm saying on that.
Yeah, don't do what's right for the Democrats. Don't do what's right for the Republicans. Do what's right for the country.
For the people.
For the people.
Because
Yeah.
when I won the world title, when I went out the following night on Monday Night Raw, and I held that championship up, and you know what I said? This is for the people.
We did it on Nitro, not Raw, but it's okay.
Well, I mean Nitro. Yeah.
Same thing. I knew what you said.
So you know, that's what
But I was cleaning it up for you because people in the comments, you know how they get.
yeah, on Nitro, yeah.
Look, I don't know what's more likely. Is Jada gonna stop talking mess about Will, or if we're gonna have a Speaker of the House here in the next week? I'm not sure what's more likely, but I'll tell you what, we know for sure a couple of things.
What's that?
Our girl, Jakara Jackson, out of the NXT Breakout tournament.
Yeah,
right out, and I'm sad about that. Big Jakara Jackson fan. But she's out. They moved Jada Parker in. All right.
Yeah.
Great last minute replacement. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? She's
Big
brand
fan.
new. She's brand spanking new. And I remember I saw when I saw the replacement, I said, let me get some notes and go look some stuff up on Jada Parker. And I pulled up her Twitter account, and that was the wrong thing to do. Okay. And then I went to the Instagram, and then I said, nope, close that. We don't want to speak on none of that. All right. So I went to just the regular WWE site. It just wasn't enough on there for me to actually grasp. So
then you go back to the Instagram.
and I stayed there for the rest of the night.
Hey man, hey, big fan. I'm a big fan. And you know what? Her and I'm trying to remember the name because she has a different name on Instagram, I think. But her and her opponent that night, Carmen Petrovic.
Yeah, Carmen Petrovic.
They had a nice little match.
Yeah, and Petrovic, she got something, man. When she came out, I don't know if you remember what I said.
What was it?
When she came out, I go, oh, I like this one. She had the goods, man. As you can tell, she's been working on her craft. Actually, I watched some of her matches on Level Up, and she actually, cutting her teeth the right way. She's not just jumping in there and expecting to, be the best, right off the bat, but you can see how hard she's working. And if you go back and watch some of her stuff on Level Up, you can see the growth just from like 5 matches ago to now. You can see the growth in her in that match she just had this week. So yeah, man, she's one of the girls I'm keeping my eye on. I mean,
Yeah, in the Breakout tournament.
Yeah.
No, and all joking aside, of course these women are beautiful, but I've noticed this NXT crop of women now that we have here. I mean, we just named a few of them. There's even more when you talk about the Kiana Jameses, the Gigi Dolans, the Roxanne Perez's, the Tiffany Strattons, all of them. This is the best group of NXT women since that 4 horsewomen run. Since you had Sasha, Becky, Bailey, and Charlotte, this is the best group. I mean, there's a lot of talent.
You know what? I really believe this NIL thing is helping out a whole lot. I really do, because Tiffany Stratton is someone who come from that tumbling background. You got Sol Ruka, who's trying to make her way back from that.
Sol Ruka's another one.
Tumbling background. Right now, so many girls we have, from that tumbling background, and they're paying off because they have great balance, they have great timing, and the technique is something that tumblers they have to have is technique. One One thing about tumblers, they have to be flawless. One thing about tumblers, they don't have a chance to, redo it and go over and do it a second time. And I talk about that with wrestling all the time, where I talk about it like acting. We never get a chance to say, cut, redo that, go back and do that all over again. That's what tumblers have, in their background. For me, I was a dancer. When you're a dancer, you got to be on time. Everybody has to be on time at the same pace. Otherwise the judges are looking at it and you're going to lose if you're not. So I think that right there, that's what's happened to a lot of those girls in so many different ways.
Yeah. The NIL background. And then you have some who are, kind of born and bred in pro wrestling. When you talk about Ariana Grace, her father being Santino Marella, or even Lyra Valkyria, who's in a program right now with Becky. And I really like what they're doing. Kiana James had a great match with Shotzi. Who was there last night. I really think Kiana can be somebody on a big stage. The talent is there, man. And if y'all aren't watching them now, you're really missing out, because when they get to the main roster, you're going to even be that much more invested in all of them, especially Jada Porker.
And one thing I like about these girls too is a lot of them are coming from like real combat fighting backgrounds.
Lola Vice.
Exactly. Petrovic. She's a black belt. So that right there is helping a whole lot. And that's one thing I was talking to one of the girls. I'm not going to say her name or anything like that. I was talking to her and I say, the one thing I always ask my students is, have you ever been in a fight before? And if they say no, I say, man, they got to do, rolling classes. They got to get in there and do jujitsu with the guy, jujitsu night and whatnot. They got to get in there and actually get beat up, hit in the mouth a little bit to know exactly how I feel. And she says, and the girl goes, well, I've never been in a fight before. I said, well, you don't have to, you just have to look like you've been in a fight. You just have to act like you've been in one, so we can fix that, but it's just so cool getting a chance to, work with these girls up close and personal.
Yeah. So, I mean, NXT was a great show last night. We do have a couple super chats I'm trying to pull up here. There they go. That we need to get to here, because we also still got to talk about your man, the Stinger, calling it quits. We got to talk about it. But Callie Toenail says, my bags stay packed just in case. I love LA Knight. Yeah. But I'm not seeing him get the title right now. Do you think too much time will go by before they pull the trigger on him? I kind of see him as a great IC champ.
I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on him right now, but I tell you what, I never try to write the show. We talk about that on this show all the time. We just had Mark Henry on last week. I refer to Mark Henry, Bubba Ray, Disco Inferno, those type of guys, to actually give you guys the synopsis of how the show should go or how it shouldn't. But I can tell you this: if they were to pull the trigger on LA Knight, what a surprise it would be, and how many people would go nuts. So my thing is, I'm a fan, just like you guys. I'm wishing for LA Knight to get the big push, because one thing about this business I always talk about also is the sand in the hourglass. The clock is ticking. And you want to capitalize right now. You don't want to wait till tomorrow to capitalize on something like LA Knight, because that fire is going to burn out. It's not going to be this hot. It's not going to be this hot forever for LA Knight. So it's just like a wrestling match. You want to go home when the fire is as hot as it can be. White hot. Go home. Send them home, man. See, that's what I'm saying as a booker. So I think that's the same thing with LA Knight. He's hot, man. He's hot. He's white hot. And if they were to pull the trigger on it, on LA Knight, I think the people go nuts. I really do.
I saw how over he was.
You talk about Intercontinental Championship. I'm talking about the World Championship. I'm talking about the WWE title. If they put it on him right now, people go nuts. They really would.
When I look at him, I think the same thing, and I realized really how over he was at when he did the NXT Mania a couple weeks ago because he came out for that special guest referee spot, didn't cut a promo, wasn't on the mic, at least for the TV house, and still was as over as he could be.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? That shows a lot.
Hey, we gotta take a break. We gotta take a break. Stick around, y'all. You're in the Hall of Fame. Oh yeah, we'll be back in a minute.
Can you dig it, sucker?
All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
Hey guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section in row for less elsewhere. Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, bro.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous, Book. So guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code Booker for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price. Guaranteed. Oh, yes. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Hey, guys, just want to make sure you guys got the early news that I'm going to be giving a huge trip away to Reality of Wrestling in December 9th. Reality of Wrestling Christmas Chaos is going down. All inclusive, guys. I'm talking about flight, hotel, transportation. You know, we might even get you to throw a beverage in there for you or something like that, whatever, you know. Of course, front row seats.
A nice can of Diet Coke.
I said a beverage. It could be milk, it could be whatever. Like I say, VIP tickets for Reality Wrestling as well. So make sure you super chatters out there, join the party, man. Join the party, get on board and be a part of the thing. Get down to Reality of Wrestling and become a part of the row. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we already have 6 entries today who are going to be up for that spot of getting the trip down to Reality Wrestling and getting a beverage. And maybe Booker's going to do you like he did me one time where we go out and Booker goes, I'll have a Jack and Coke. No, cranberry and vodka. I'll have a cranberry and vodka. He'll have a glass of warm milk.
That's all he need. That's all he need. A little catnip. Yeah.
We have a couple super chats here. I do want to get to Sting, but let's answer our super chats first. Y'all take priority over everything. Richard JR says, hi, Booker T. Do you think Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James will end in someone in the mask to help Kiana win and cost Roxanne the match?
There again, I don't book matches. I'm sorry, guys.
He doesn't book the show.
I try not to book the show because I'm a fan. I try not to ruin it for myself. I'm sitting there. I tell you, I could get the information as far as who's going to be going over on a weekly basis. And for me, I don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it because I still want to have that feeling and that surprise, that shock feeling. Yeah. If it's something that, because wrestling is a feel business. If you're not feeling it when you're watching it, you might as well not even be watching it. That's just me. So for me, I hope they have a hell of a match more than anything. I hope Kiana James go out there and get over and shine. I hope Roxanne Perez go out there and do her thing like I know she can. And right now she's in a different mode, Roxanne Perez. So let's see how it plays out.
Let's see how it plays out. This is from Mike Edwards, who says, "Can I get a yeet booking, Brad? What is your favorite?" Yeet is something the kids say, book. Something the kids say.
What is that?
I'm not really sure. I think it's kind of like the new swag. You know how people always used to say swag, 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 swag. I think yeet.
Is that kind of like racks on racks on racks?
Yeah, it's just not as cool. And racks on racks
Racks
on
on
racks.
racks was cool.
Well, I was about to say racks on racks really wasn't that cool.
It wasn't that cool at all.
Yeet.
So,
But you know, this is part of the lingo now. They say stuff like op, yeet, riz.
what does it mean?
Yeet, I'm not really sure. I think it just is like a celebratory thing, you know. I know. Have you heard Riz? If you're a kid saying Riz, oh, he got the Riz. That's
No.
like you've got the charisma. You know, but
Okay,
it's
I
Riz.
can dig that. I can dig that. Yeah.
Op. You know, you're an op.
Is these like these new words in the dictionary?
Yes.
Is
exactly.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I heard about that. I heard they added I don't know how many new words to the dictionary. And I guess
Some
but
that they
it's
add-
all. But like I said, it's not words; it's abbreviations.
Right. Op isn't a new word. It just means opposed, opposition. Okay. Yeet is an exclamation of excitement, approval, surprise, or all around energy, often as issued when doing a dance move or throwing something.
Okay. All right.
So there you go.
All right.
That's yeet.
I got
Can we get a yeet?
I'm gonna just say throwing something.
There you go. Okay. Favorite memory or advice you received from Sting?
None.
What? You don't have any good memories with the Stinger?
You know what? I have good memories when I wrestled Sting. I can say that.
Yeah.
But Sting wasn't, someone that I would ever have gotten advice from. That just wouldn't have happened.
Okay. We'll move on. Cali Toenail. Seth is doing what he said. Seth is doing what he said he was, but these matches he's in, all I can think about is HBK. If he doesn't take a break and heal up, how long can he last?
I think Seth is in a good place. For how long Seth say he's been, off, that title run picture? 4 years.
A couple years, yeah.
I think he said 4 years, right?
Wow, yeah.
4 years he's been out of that title run picture. And I'm gonna tell you, man, when you out of that title run picture, you get a lot of time to rest. You get a lot of time to heal. Right now, I think over this last year, I think Seth has been doing the most work that he's been doing. And of course, he's gonna be banged up. He's gonna be bruised up. If he's not injured, he's gonna be out there in the middle of that ring, though. That's just part of the game. Seth Rollins knows that. He would tell you that firsthand himself. There's no time to be sitting around, watching the parade go by. I don't think that's the type Seth Rollins is. So, no, I don't. I think he's going to go as like this business, recommends more than anything. You're going to go as long as and hard as you possibly can for as long as you can. That's just part of the business.
It's part of the game. That's the way it goes. It's just the way it goes, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we have another one here. But I think, by the way, Seth, he's
smart though.
So smart.
He's
so
smart. I
good,
mean,
man.
even though the work that Seth is doing, he's not killing himself.
No.
He's not doing any of the stuff that you saw Seth Rollins do when he first came into this company, unless he has to go out there and give you a little bit extra just to make you guys know that, hey, I'm still that same guy. So nah, man. He's doing his best work, and he definitely has paced himself a whole lot better than a whole lot of guys in this business on a daily basis. I watch, seriously.
We have another one. This is from Mike Edwards. What do you guys think of Brian Pillman Jr.'s, aka Lexus King vignette on NXT, showing a lot of second generation wrestlers? I love it. Yeah, first of all, what do you think of the name Lexus King? I know it's like an homage to his sisters or something like that. I was reading, or some of his family members.
Well, I mean, the name Lexus King, I mean, it's actually a cool name.
It is a cool name.
I like the name Lexus King. But I can tell you this also, just like his old man, Brian Pillman used to get heat. He actually got heat with me once upon a time back in WCW. That's another story. I see the apple don't fall too far from the tree because I saw him with a poster, him and Riddle. His ass about to get fired before he gets started, just like his old man. So I'm just saying.
Oh Lord. You're in some kind of mood today. Now, Brian Pillman, the story on Brian Pillman Sr.
I want him on the show. I'm going to try to get him on the
Jr.?
show. I'm going to try to get Junior on the show.
Let's get Lexus King.
Probably won't even want to be called Junior. Lexus King. We're going to try to get him on the show.
Yeah, we got a couple 5 minutes of fames coming up here in the next couple weeks. I know we've talked about them. But we'll get Lexus King, Lola Vice. But with Brian Pillman Sr., what was the thing where he left WCW? Was that he intentionally got released from his contract, but wanted it to be like a work or something?
Man, look, I really don't know. Brian Pillman wasn't an enigma. He was a different type of guy. And I've heard the stories just like you guys have. But as far as insider information, I don't have any insider information as far as, I never knew about when Brian Pillman got hurt or anything. I didn't know about it till it came out on Dark Side of the Ring. But he was a different type of cat. And from what I hear, he worked both sides of the fence and he did a damn good job. And he was one of the first guys to ever pull something off like that.
Yeah, shout out to him. Last super chat, and then we'll talk about the Stinger real quick. Loso Dolo, Promise Braxton versus Gigi Ray was one of the best women's matches this year. I agree.
Yeah, give it up to Promise and Gigi. They're on their way to the land of the rising sun, to Japan to compete over there for 3 months. So, guys, make sure if you're not aware of Gigi Ray and Promise Braxton, make sure you follow them, and because their journey is going to be amazing. To that next level. And that next level is, a place like the WWE, major company where they can really go out there and shine, because both of those ladies have put in so much work to get to this point. And I'm so proud of Gigi as well as Promise for going out there and representing reality of wrestling.
Leon, the King TV with $20 super chat. We appreciate you, Leon. Hey, Booker, I'm a big fan of yours. Love your wisdom. What's your opinions on WWE lack of creativity and not utilizing their roster compared to AEW? And by the way, who is a better faction, Main Event Mafia or the Bloodline? I don't know if I agree with the early part of his question there.
As far as
lack of creativity for WWE.
I wouldn't say lack of creativity. I think WWE, let me say it like Wade Barrett, WWE creativity has been, I gotta say it like that from now. I think the creativity has been pretty good, actually. I think the Bloodline has been the main story going on, but
sure,
I think the tag team stuff has been really, really good as well. I think the stuff with the ladies has been, pretty good also. I don't think it's just been a one show affair or anything like that. And speaking to AEW, it's hard for me to really speak on AEW because I'm not going to sit here and lie. I don't really watch AEW a whole lot. But I do know when I do watch it, it's kind of hard for me to watch. Just like this week, I watched the Japanese girls go out and wrestle, and they did every spot in the world. They did every finisher in the world. And they kicked out of every finisher in the world. And, for me, that's not wrestling. It's kind of like playing cosplay. It's like playing a video game. It's like anybody can kick out of anybody's finish. Anybody can beat up anybody. I just don't look at wrestling like that. So for me, I think WWE is doing a hell of a job. And AEW, there again, if they just focus on what they have, I think they'll be doing a much better job. I know they just drew 901,000 viewers on this last Dynamite show. So big ups for them. That's big ups. That's big ups. And I think they did that without mentioning WWE one time throughout the week.
See, Tony, you don't got to start mess on Twitter.
See what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. But what was the last part of that question?
Better faction, Main Event Mafia, the Bloodline.
And Main Event Mafia was a better faction by far, but I think the Bloodline has had one of the best runs any faction could ever have. Probably the best. But I just say better factions because we had some major players. And we wasn't a family. We was a faction. We wasn't a family.
Yeah, I would say better membership, 100% Main Event Mafia. When you look at who was in it, I mean, you, Sting, Angle, Kevin, Scott, all Main Event world champions. When you look at the Bloodline, I'd say the Bloodlines had the better story for their faction.
Yeah,
this
yeah. I
last year.
mean, yeah. I mean, I agree 100%, 100%. But I just feel like
But-
we just never really got a chance to really explore how good the Main Event Mafia really could have been in the right situation with the right people, the right calls.
But we're wrapping up here. I know we only have a couple minutes left of the show, according to my clock here. But I wanted to ask you, BT. We talked about Sting, Main Event Mafia Sting, somebody who you wrestled back in the WCW days, who had a short run in the WWE, had that match with Seth Rollins here in Houston that didn't go his way. Ended his run here. Went over to AEW in 2021 at Revolution is where he made his debut in ring in that cinematic match, rather. And now, 3 years later, he's calling it a career, nearing 64, I believe, years of age. The Stinger is finally going to retire. And he made that announcement in Houston, ironically, where he had his last match with the WWE. What do you think about Sting calling it a career?
Hey, bro, I'm glad for him. I'm glad he's finally going to hang it up and be able to, move on to what's next. At 65, by the end, right?
Mm-hmm. We're going to be close to it, yeah.
And that's like senior citizen AARP stuff, man.
Social Security time.
That's just like, grandpa like stuff, So I don't know, man. It's mixed emotions, because I think he's retiring. It's going to be great, but I think it's something, honestly, that's well overdue. To have done this thing your whole life, and then when you walk away from it, it's hard to walk. I'm gonna tell you right now, he might not want to retire. He might want to just say, man, I'm gonna just, I ain't gonna say I'm ever gonna retire. I might just want to go walk away, lead a business. But retire, I wouldn't say that. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, sitting at home, becoming an old man, hair, receding, it can get real, it can get lonely, man. I say stay in the ring, Sting. Come retire. Don't quit. Don't ever quit. That's what wrestlers do. So that's me. That's my opinion on that.
I actually don't know if any wrestler has ever successfully retired.
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't
retire if I was you, Steve. I'd stay in the ring forever. Take bumps. Fly off of stuff.
I don't know what wound you up today. You wound up today. He's all hopped up. He's hopped up on the AG1.
I know you're gonna have to edit a lot of this show today. Edit it down. But I'm just speaking my point today, man.
Hey, man, just say it. Say it how you feel it.
Sting, I'm just saying, I love Sting. He's had a hell of a career. But
Incredible career.
No, but I feel like if he stopped doing this, that's when the light can really go dim. I say keep that door open. Make appearances, even if you don't wrestle. Keep that door open. Keep that check coming in from Tony Khan for the next 10 years.
I say, yeah, you keep Sting on TV.
Keep him active somehow.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I say he's got to be a part of that show. Sting goes away. A lot of part of that show's blueprint goes away as well.
Okay. I mean, I'm not in disagreement with you as far as keeping him on the show. Does Sting need to keep wrestling at
Forever.
65? I don't think he needs to wrestle.
Can you imagine Wembley Stadium, Sting at 70, coming down to,
Well, hell, man. You know what? Mick Jagger and freaking Keith Richards are putting an album out tomorrow,
Right.
and they're 80.
That's what I'm saying.
They're 80.
That's what I'm saying. Sting could be the oldest wrestler
He
ever.
could be the Mick Jagger of pro wrestling.
Exactly.
Well, you know what? It's his call, and he's making that call. Shout out to Sting for an incredible career. He's going to wrap it up in 2024. And, he's going to go down as obviously a legend in the business. One of and that makeup, the face paint does help a lot. These wrestlers, and same with Ray with the mask.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You could wrestle forever with that
forever.
paint.
Never quit.
I see what you're saying.
Never
I see what you're
stop.
saying.
Never stop doing it. Never stop.
I was a little surprised when I looked up last night. I'm like, how old is Sting? He just turned 60, right? And then when I looked at he was almost 65, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sting, though. Shout out to the Stinger.
Hey, man.
He's ending it on his terms. You can only appreciate that. You can only respect that. What are you laughing at?
Okay.
He's ending it. Look, he could have wrapped it up in 2017 at the Night of Champions.
We got to get out of here, man.
He didn't.
We got to go. We got to get out of here.
Booker needs a moment to himself. He needs to go to a yoga class, get some meditation. He needs to read Worthy by Jada Pinkett Smith. Maybe it'll put you in a good mood.
I think about a lot of things when we talk about this stuff. That's all. In my mind, we may be talking about something, but my mind may be thinking about something totally different. That's all. That's all it is. I just want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame today. All my super chatters, man. We love you guys. Thank y'all for stepping in, get your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. But we're going to be back same time, same place next week, doing it like it's supposed to be done. Appreciate it. All the heavy lifting, man. No, you've been working out. AG1 kicking in. But same place, same time next week, guys. I love you. Peace. Boom. We out.